Well, it's finally Thursday, which if you've been keeping up with my YouTube channel, then you know that it's... The more I work on this game, the more I want to quit. So if you hear raining in the background, it's raining outside, so that's why. But to pick up where we left off, as you can see, we finally got the menu all looking nice and into the game. I know for the last 2 episodes you've probably been wondering why my face doesn't match up with my voice is because I've just dubbed my voice over my face while I'm talking. Why do I do this? I have no idea. I genuinely don't know. So I have this list, and this list just basically tells me everything that I want to implement eventually. So I have the smart gun, but it's kind of halfway implemented. And here I want to create some other weapon. I'm not really sure yet. But these are going to be like secondary passive items where you can pick up and it just does things for you and you don't have to worry about it. Things like just having illumination around you or increased speed, maybe a little sidekick that could help you out. I mean, you can see basically what's on the list. So I just got a little bit tired of looking at this. So I did a little bit of reworking and I came up with this. And well, this is not any better by any means. So I had to finally come to terms with my thickness and I created this. Yeah, so I guess it's back to the drawing board. So I realized it doesn't have to be the final result. I just need something temporary to get me through until I can either hire an artist or make a better one. So after about 2 minutes of drawing, I came up with this. Now it's not awful, but it is definitely a placeholder. So I got rid of the old one and replaced it with the new. I added a little bit of tweaking so the gun shoots in the way that you are pointing, and it doesn't look too bad. It's not perfect, but it gets the job done for now. I also added enemy pools, kind of like the loot pool, but with enemies. So this one is blue slime slider guys and green slimes. There, you might also find one that has just green slimes, all sizes, just yellow slimes, all sizes, or just, a variation of big slimes, small slimes. It's just to make it so all rooms don't feel completely the same, even though they basically are. So going to the next level, you can see that the enemy spawns are different. I believe this level just has yellow slimes only, which is a nightmare. Yeah, it can get pretty chaotic very quickly. Other than making it so my sprite holds each weapon, including the book, I hadn't done anything else today. So I guess tomorrow I'll add some more. So if you play the game in its current state, it sounds like this. So instead of bringing in any new features to it, I learned music theory. Now, it wasn't all bad. It was actually a lot of fun. I learned enough to compose my first track in B flat minor. To some people, that might not mean anything. But I wanted to give the game a feeling of despair, but also a longing to escape. My very first variation sounded like this. And it proceeded to loop. And it was okay, it did the purpose, but I knew it needed something different. So I switched it up a little bit, spent a few hours on it, and this is what it sounds like now. Now, if you're in music theory, don't judge me or know anything about music because this is my first track and I know absolutely nothing. and I'm okay with admitting it. But I'm pretty proud of it, not gonna lie. So I threw it in the game, just to test it out. But yeah, eventually I would like to have some sound effects for the shooting, the enemies getting hurt, and just the general sound effects for the video game. But that might not be till way later. On this day, I didn't do anything related to programming. I actually just edited the video for the one that should have been released on September 30th. Usually I like to take a break from creating the game to edit these videos, because these videos really do take a lot. But they are definitely a lot of fun to do. And I don't think I could ever get over this thumbnail. Normally I like to do 3 days of work when I edit a video, but I don't think those videos long enough to just have only 3 days. So it's October 1st, and I realize that the game just feels too easy. So as with what I did with the enemies and the loot, I kind of want to create a randomized set of rooms. So one room will have light and the other rooms might not. Maybe eventually I'll have levels where you'll be in a lab of some sort. But that's future talk. Only focused on the present for now. So these rooms are currently the ones that will light up when you enter them. I'm going to take out this guy really quick. And in this room, the lights don't turn on. It's completely dark, other than the bullets that are shooting right at you. But yeah, I added a little light around the player so you know where the player is at all times. This was quite a task to bring in, which is why this is basically the only thing that I've done today. Still being in college, I have to focus on my homework and do the things that I need to do first. But sometimes I can't help but get distracted by this project because it's just so much fun to work on. So this day I actually did quite a bit. I designed a sprite for that smart gun that I was talking about. What I'm worried about is it too similar to the pistol? Because I think it looks way too similar. But at the same time, I think it's varied enough to make it so someone knows what they're picking up. But aside from that, I also created the torch. And I think it looks a lot better than the one on the wall. But I also made it so that the first level will always be lit up, meaning that there will be torches on the walls. But when you enter the second level, or any level beyond that, there's a 1 in 2 chance that each level is going to be very dark. Which is why I created the torch, so you can carry it around and have your own light source with you. Oh yeah, I also created death. So you can choose to restart, go to the menu, or watch an ad to revive at your current level. But it doesn't quite work yet. As you can see, I cannot move around. It's an easy fix. All I have to do is make it so the game unfreezes when you click the button. Alright, finally I can show you. But, yes, see how the lights are not there? Because of this, it is now imperative to get a torch as a secondary item. But if you don't mind the darkness, then you can even use better secondary items, like a possible laser sight or whatever it may be. Now the only problem is that you can see the health bar and the text even if they're in the dark. So it kind of completely takes away from the challenge. So that's going to be fun to try to fix. So you can see the torch in the top left corner. Everything has suddenly gotten a lot brighter around me. It's super useful because now I can see where I'm going, but that's about all it does, unfortunately. But anyway, I want to thank you guys all for watching. It means a lot to me that you guys are actually watching my content. I apologize that this one was a little bit more boring than the other two, but that's just how it is sometimes. Game development is sometimes boring. But be sure to like this video and subscribe to this channel so I know that I should keep making more videos. During school, it's hard to find time to make videos, let alone create video games. So it's nice to know that I'm not, wasting my time. Thank you guys for watching and have a wonderful week.